So, Formula One's huge new 2026 era, it's here. But it's hit some serious turbulence. Instead of just a few tweaks, the sport's top minds are in a full-blown scramble to fix some really fundamental problems with the new rules. Okay, so let's get into it and decode exactly what's broken and what the emergency rescue plan looks like.
And that right there, from McLaren's Lando Norris, just gets right to the heart of it. And this isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. This is a problem you can feel. You can see it as the cars look like they're hitting a wall. You can hear it as the engines just die down. It feels fundamentally wrong for the absolute pinnacle of motorsport.
So that really is the big question, isn't it? In this explainer, we're going to break down the critical issues that have popped up with these new cars. And then we're going to walk through the urgent plan that the FIA and the teams are trying to piece together to get things back on track. Okay, here's the game plan. We'll start by digging into the three biggest problems. Then we'll look at 6 potential solutions that are being debated right now. After that, we'll explore why some of the best fixes might actually seem a little weird. And finally, we'll zoom out and see what all this means for the future of F1. All right, let's dive right in. Everyone in the paddock seems to agree that there are 3 urgent problems that need a solution, like yesterday. And they all fall under the things that make F1 what it is: safety, the show, and of course, raw speed.
First up, and this is the big one, safety. Ollie Behrman's crash in Japan was a massive wake-up call. It happened because there was a shocking 50 km/h speed difference between his car, which was on full power, and the car in front, which was in a deep energy-saving mode. That kind of closing speed on a straight is just a recipe for disaster. It's a direct and really dangerous consequence of these new rules.
And this quote from Ferrari's Charles Leclerc, man, it just perfectly captures the second major issue: qualifying. You know, the one part of the weekend that should be about a driver on the absolute breathtaking limit? It's losing its magic.
So here's the deal. Drivers aren't just fighting the track anymore. They're fighting their car's own software. Instead of pushing flat out, they're strategically lifting and coasting to save energy, and that's causing these bizarre software glitches to take over. It's less about human skill and more like watching a driver try to outsmart a buggy video game to get pole position.
Which brings us right back to Lando's point. The third huge problem is that soul-hurting moment when the cars just run out of battery. You can literally see them hit an invisible wall at the end of a straight. And if you listen to the onboard audio, it's even worse. That incredible engine roar just fades to nothing. For F1, it looks and sounds totally broken.
Okay, so those are the problems. Pretty big ones, right? So what about the fixes? The FIA and the team's tech bosses are holding urgent meetings to figure this out. Let's break down the 6 main ideas they've got on the table.
First things first, they've got to fix that dangerous lift and coast tactic. Right now, drivers actually get more energy back by lifting off the throttle than by using what's called super clipping, which recharges the battery while they're still flat out. The fix is actually pretty simple. Just boost the power from super clipping to match lift and coast. It removes the weird incentive and makes the safer option the best option.
Now this next idea, it's going to sound weird. To make qualifying more exciting, the plan is to make the cars a bit slower. Yeah, you heard that right. By putting a cap on the maximum electrical power, the battery doesn't drain like crazy. And what does that mean? It means drivers can keep their foot planted for the whole lap, turning qualifying back into the pure, on-the-limit fight we all love.
And this chart shows another lever they can pull. Right now, cars can recover 9 megajoules of energy per lap. As you can see, if they drop that limit down to 7 or even 6, it would be way easier to recharge the battery without all that lifting and coasting. But look at the trade-off. We're talking 1, maybe 2 seconds added to the lap time. That's a huge price to pay.
Okay, quick tech break before we get to the next solution. You need to know about Active Aero Straight Mode. Think of it as a setting where the car's wings literally flatten out on the straights. This slashes drag, which means more speed, and really importantly, it saves a ton of energy.
So here's where it gets kinda wild. Right now, drivers can only hit that straight mode button in certain zones, kinda like DRS. The proposal? For qualifying, just unchain it. Let them use it whenever and wherever they want. This would be a massive help for saving energy and would open up a whole new strategic game for the teams.
So what about the power unit itself? Well, there's a longer-term fix on the table, and it's all about rebalancing where the power comes from. The idea is to get more power from the traditional engine and rely less on the battery. Now, this isn't a quick fix for this year. The engines just aren't built for it. But it's a serious option being planned for 2027.
And the final solution is one that, honestly, a lot of people have been shouting about for a while. Just simplify the rulebook. Get rid of the confusing energy limits and all the unpredictable software quirks that are basically tying the driver's hands. The goal is to put the car's performance back where it belongs, with the driver.
So as you've probably noticed, a lot of the best ideas on the table, like cutting electrical power or limiting energy recovery, would actually make the cars slower. And this gets us to the big philosophical question at the heart of this whole debate. For the sake of a better show, is slower actually better?
And this is really the core argument. The belief is that fans would much rather watch a driver wrestling a car at 100% right on the ragged edge than see them just conservatively managing a faster car that can't ever be truly pushed. It's about choosing the visual drama of pure driving over a number on a timesheet.
When you zoom out, this whole emergency summit boils down to that classic F1 story, doesn't it? It's the constant tug-of-war between pushing the absolute boundaries of technology and the need to deliver a thrilling, understandable show for the fans. And so, this is the question that's going to define F1's next chapter. To fix the problems of 2026, the sport might have to accept a future where the ultimate lap time is less important than pure, unfiltered racing. Is that a compromise worth making? The answer is going to shape the very soul of Formula One for years to come.